Alright, this is going to be a quick one because I have no argument here. You should just play Mr. Sleepy Man. There's nothing like it, and if there is, please tell me because I want to go and play it. Mr. Sleepy Man is so weird, but in an inviting way. It has a vibe, and if you're watching this and you can sort of feel what the vibe is, I think this game is for you. Mr. Sleepy Man caught my attention because of how dreamy it is, but sort of like a cozy dreamy, with elements of being creepy. It's like a fever dream, something you would feel attached to because you might have felt things like this game as a kid. I know I have memories where this feeling once was, and I don't know if a game gave me them, or a TV show, or a book, or an educational video from school. This game feels familiar, but the feeling is also almost forgotten. I didn't quite remember what it was like to be in a space like this because nothing in my adult life can capture it. It's another world that has been fleeting all my life, difficult to remember, but one that feels like home. If none of this makes sense to you, I've either explained it horribly or you just haven't experienced it before. Mr. Sleepy Man plays on worlds and feelings of purple dreamscapes and weirdness that many of us will have only experienced in short moments before they were gone from our memory. The dark woods and liminal town and everywhere else in this game feels like places that have been waiting for you to explore them, and having explored them myself, I want you to do it too. Mr. Sleepy Man is not a complicated game, although it is hard to put a genre to it because it's pretty unique. It's sort of a hybrid between a 3D platformer and a sandbox game, where the 3D platformer part is the slightly bigger part of that. It's got a very fun and curiosity-driven game loop. Essentially, you get dropped into this town with a bunch of areas and secrets to explore, and you get a long list of tasks you can do. Some of these tasks will be fulfilled just by getting a collectible, or some will be completed like a real sandbox task, like driving a car into the water. You are going to be constantly running around doing things and getting things ticked off the list without even trying, but it's still there if you would like a nudge towards what to do. The world you get here is also full of collectibles, whether that be the pillows for a main quest, bits of cereal on the ground which act as currency, hidden white symbol things that increase your max health when you collect enough of them, or, you know, the classic big power star equivalent, like the ones you work towards in 3D Mario games, the ones you get for clearing big platform challenges or working out big puzzles. There is so much stuff scattered everywhere, and a lot of it is behind secret areas, like sub-areas from Mario Odyssey. Literally every minute spent exploring, you will find something to do or something you want to achieve. You don't really ever stop, and if you do slow down on collecting things, you're also in this big sandbox world you can just create chaos in, by stealing things and whacking NPCs and interacting with random objects. It feels like a space you can exist in rather than a big open platforming level, which is why I think these two genres work together so well. There's so much of going, ooh, what's over there? And then you suddenly go inside a TV and fly through the air on some bouncy flowers in some islands in a blue sky, or you pull a random switch and rush over to a closing door and then find a tunnel of death swords that give you a power star, which are tastefully referred to as something shiny, and then you get a secret entrance into the sewers, which is one of the major areas. It's such a fluid game because the world here is so full of stuff, just brimming with fun, and it feels so good to explore because you get given a very freeing movement kit in the game. Mr. Sleepy Man is also Mr. Speedy Man because you can move really fast in this game. Slides and leaps can be very quick once you play around with the inputs a little, letting you fly over gaps and almost wave dash over the ground so fast. You don't feel floaty because you still have to be precise since there is weight to Mr. Sleepy Man's character, but there is a rush in the movement that's there if you want to play a faster, more fluid and techy platformer. It feels really good. The world also feels incredible to play in, and I really feel like going to 100% it after this review, but it also feels incredible to be in. Aside from that purple nostalgic dreamscape vibe this game has, it is also equally kind of fucked up. I wouldn't say this game's humor is crude, but it is endearingly weird and off-putting. I really enjoyed it. You get to talk to a lot of the characters, and they all talk so stupidly, like characters in cartoons when you were younger that were intentionally there to weird you out. They talk so nasally and unnaturally, and it works so well because the rest of the game feels so strange. For example, you find a couple of bears with marital issues and a missing son that they ask you to find, but that dad also kind of hates him because he talks too much. You can find a lake monster who's hungry, so I stole a pizza from the shop next door while being chased by everyone nearby, and then after delivering it to him, he realized his food addiction was triggered again, and then I went inside him and killed him. That one I didn't totally get, I'll be honest, but still a fun time. There are also a bunch of mice all over the game that speak with a New York accent, and when you go into the sewers especially, all you'll be hearing is, "Hey, I'm walking here," or "Oh, we got a wise guy over here," and they say it in such a stupid way. I love it. This game feels like the kind of shitpost you'd find on Roblox in the middle of the night, and then you'd end up loving it and talk about it for the next 5 years. Except this time it's actually an incredibly well made and endearing experience. There's so much in this game that the less you know is sort of the better. I don't want to say too much because it's a pleasure to play through it and be experiencing this environment that I at least had been missing for so long. I don't want to say too much because it's a pleasure to play through it and be experiencing this environment time and that at least I had been missing for so long. There is a path forward in this and made objectives to complete on the way to a final boss, so it's not completely open-ended, but you really can just go at whatever pace you want. My heart was smiling each new minute I spent here. It's such a stupid game, but it's such a fun game, and it's really nothing like anything you've ever played. Mr. Sleepy Man is going to be one of my fondest gaming memories of the year. I've not really got much to say outside of this. You could analyze it a bit more and bring up more features of the game, but I don't think it would add much to this review. I'm also extremely busy and didn't have much notice with this review, but that works out perfect because it's exactly the kind of game you don't need many words for. Because to be honest, this game doesn't leave you with many. Go play Mr. Sleepy Man. Thank you for listening to this review, and I will see you all soon.